Hi, my name is Bill Ray. I'm with Alumni Financial Services out of Seminole, Florida. I've been in the finance and the business world for well over 30 years. And today's interesting question is how to make a personal weekly spending budget. One of my favorite topics is a budget. Causes a lot of discussion in most American families, especially today. Most people misunderstand a budget. They think it's a control, something that's going to stop them from spending. When the reality is, when you get the budget down, you find it's a freeing mechanism. So before we get to a weekly spending budget, I encourage us to step back and look at your entire month, because you're going to need to make sure you can make it through the month. So, what's a budget? A budget simply is a listing of all your expenses, what you have to spend, your rent or mortgage, gas, electric, phones, don't forget childcare, your check fees, medical, legal insurance, and do put in there, I blew it fund, by the way. Give yourself a little fudge factor. Then you want to make sure that you have, how is your income coming in? If you're paid weekly, if you're paid bi-weekly, are you a commission person? They all still can be tracked, and they help you give a snapshot of what your house looks like on a month. Once you have that idea down, it's very simple then to just cut it down. If you're paid in a weekly, then break that down by fourths. If you're paid every 2 weeks, break it in half. And then from there, break that in half. It's very easy to actually control the budget. You don't need to go out and get high fancy computers. You can simply get the old accordion is a great way to track and keep all your receipts, which will help you perfect your budget. You can use folders. Again, you can write what your account is there. Is that your electric bill, your mortgage, your car? One of the best ways still around is the old-fashioned envelope. Now this will really bring it home, okay? If you have white envelopes, you just write down, for instance, this says food. This is your auto payment if you're foolish enough to have a car payment. Insurance, water, electric, and so forth and so on. My favorite way to do these when you're first starting a budget is to actually turn this into cash. So for instance, if you have an electric bill that's $200 a month and you get paid on the 1st and the 15th, on the 1st, write a check for $100, put it in here. On the 15th, write a check for $100, put it in here. When it's time to pay the bill, you reach in here and take it out. Now if you really want to get good at this, at least for the initial first 3 to 4 to 5 months, take your checks and put actual cash in here, or money orders. When this envelope has money in it, you can spend. When it becomes empty, you can't spend. It's as simple as that, very visual, really drive it home. That really works good in a topic that we call food. Now food, most people might think is what I spend at the grocery store. What we call food is what you spend at the grocery store and that little side trip to the double cheeseburger on the side. So if there's no money in here, guess what? There's no double cheeseburger to buy. Again, if your budget is $400 for food, put $400 in here and spend it as your paychecks come in. And when it's empty, stop spending. If you do this 2 or 3 months, you'll get a real good budget. Do understand, for you control freaks out there, however, a budget is not a sentence. A budget, if you're married, is two people talking, where do we spend our money, where do we put our values? Once you have this understood and you're able to do this, you can begin saving and free yourself. We preach get out of debt as fast as possible, and budgeting is the best way to do it. From a monthly, you can break it down to a weekly. It's that simple. My name is Bill Ray. I'm with Alumni Financial Service, and always we're here to help you build true wealth.